Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a screenwriter's rant about Dune. Finally got around to looking at it. I thought I looked at the trailer before, but I may have deleted that screenwriter's rant during one of the teaser trailers. I read Dune back in the day, back in college for my sci-fi writing class. I gotta say the trailer looks pretty epic. This is our main character who's destined to rule, the chosen one, as so often happens in sci-fi and fantasy. And he is part of I guess you'd call it a nobility that is going to end up ruling a planet. And his family has ruled planets, and he has to kind of deal with all the politics, and it's a very dense book. So people have tried to make movies of it before, and it's never really worked because it's a very complex, layered sci-fi novel. You probably can't surmise it. There's a lot of different things going on. Basically, it's a desert world. That's why it's called Dune, and they use this spice that they I guess they mine it, and it's very valuable, and it does certain things, and so it becomes an important planet, and it's all about his ascension to the leadership. Not really a king, but kind of a king. From director Denis Villeneuve. So it's a very highbrow sci-fi concept. And they tried, when they made it back in, I guess it was the early 80s, Sting was in it, which was really funny. He had like a really funny role, but I believe it was directed by David Lynch, and it looked cool, but as a movie it was, I don't know, it was kind of a mess to me. I could never sit through the whole movie. So it's really tough. And then the rumor is that they're also trying to make it as woke as possible, which is really, really a dumb move. Out of all the movies you wouldn't want to try to like jam wokeness in, this would be on the top of the list because it's already too dense. Now you're going to jam in wokeness because, like, oh, you got that agenda too. You're already doing a high wire act, and now you want to like shoot a t-shirt cannon at the guy trying to walk across the high wire while he does it. Not gonna work. And the sci-fi stuff that happens in the movie, that's the cool stuff. That's the cool stuff, and it needs to be explained. So this is a scene where they're fighting, and they got force fields and stuff. You got to explain this stuff to people. They don't come from an alien world. They need to understand what the giant worms are, everything. How this all works. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And it's an ancient civilization. I mean, it looks epic. I mean, it looks amazing. It's got all this great set design and CGI. And, they do a cover of Dark Side of the Moon. I don't know why they would do a cover. It's like one of the greatest rock opera songs of all time, and you're going to do a cover of it. I guess you're saving a few tens of thousands of dollars because Pink Floyd doesn't want to give you the rights to use it in the movie, I guess. But it's going to be war and love. I don't know if they can do it. I genuinely don't know if anybody can make this into a 2-hour movie. It's probably going to be like 3 hours long at least. But I'm telling you, it's a dense tone. It's just dense. Not like Game of Thrones dense, but dense. It'd probably be better as a Game of Thrones type miniseries, because after the popularity of the first book, he did a bunch of sequels. Can't think of the author's name. Herbert something. So it's worth diving into, but I don't think you could do it in a movie. I really don't. If anything needed a series, it would have been Dune. Dune would have been a good series. Doing it as a 2-hour, 3-hour epic movie, I mean, I guess it's possible, But oh, and this guy, this is this is a weird guy. He's like a big, fat guy. I forget his name, and he like he needs anti-gravity in order to move because he's so fat and disgusting. So that'll be an interesting character to portray. And you got Jason Momoa here. This is a good role for him because he can play like a warrior and do his whole Drogo thing. I mean, it looks great. It looks like they got all the elements to it. This is, I guess, a spaceship being eaten by one of the worms or something. I don't remember the exact events in the book, but it's very epic. Epic, beyond fear, destiny awaits. No! It was always one of those scenes, right? No! And these nose things are part of the deal. They have these suits that, you know, they recycle your moisture because, you know, they're on a desert world. And then here he is touching the sand, and it's got the spice in it. And Jason Momoa pledges his loyalty to him, and he becomes like, if I'm remembering the book correctly, and spoilers, it's something like he becomes ruler of the world, but by joining the resistance and making them part of the deals, because there's like some natives there. But this is the worm, which would be the epic part. See, it's really big and coming at him, and he sees it, but it like stops because he's the chosen one. So yeah, I mean, it looks epic. It looks worth seeing. It looks like it would be at least entertaining to watch if you're a fan of the book, you know. And I like the book. It was good enough, I guess. Let's see, but you know, the rumors I'm hearing about it being woke, that I don't like. So you got Josh Brolin's in it. Dave Bautista is in it. He seems to have a big role. Who else do I recognize on this list? Jason Momoa, Javier Bardem. He's always good. Not too familiar with the rest on the list there. And it should be a decent flick. Frank Herbert. That's who. Frank Herbert. Screenplay by John Splaves. Wow, that's a tough name. Dennis Villeneuve and Eric Roth, and directed by Dennis or Denise? Dennis? I don't know. I'm supposed to have two N's in Dennis. Anyhow, would I see this? Maybe. Yeah. I don't know if I'd go out of my way. You know, I'd probably wait, hear some reviews about it, and then go in and watch it if they said it was decent. I probably wouldn't go to the theaters unless it was just like, oh, you got to see it kind of movie. And, you know, I don't have a lot of friends who are even familiar with this. I can only think of one who probably read the book, and maybe two. So, you know, it's kind of more of a, I think, probably a movie person's movie, if you know what I mean, or a sci-fi geeks kind of movie. Not for the general public, which is why it was so hard and floated around Hollywood for so many years and never really found a home. They actually did a bit on The Simpsons about it, where Krusty wanted to direct his epic opus when he got big in the 80s, and it was a parody of Dune. You know, it was this, again, this dense tome that nobody could direct or make into a movie, but he decided to try to do it. So, yeah, Dune, I don't know when it comes out. Doesn't really say here. I'm guessing soonish, because this trailer came out 4 months ago at least. So, check it out. Let me know how it is.